everybody. Thank you so much for coming to Wrinkle Society of Hope. If this is your first time, welcome. And those that are returning, thank you so much. Today, you are going to experience a woman who is courageous with a K share her motivational, encouraging story with you. Now, if you would like to know more information about Wrinkle Society of Hope, go to wrinklesocietyofhope.org. And don't forget, hit subscribe and share our YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you can hear about the new stories that come every week. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to hear from you all soon. Hello, Wrinkles family. I again have this woman is so amazing and just a beautiful spirit. And I just had to ask her to come and share with the Wrinkles family. We met working with Sickle Cell Association of Arizona. So I'm super excited to have her here today. So will you introduce yourself to the Wrinkles family?
Hello, Wrinkles family. My name is Eadie Smith. I am a mother of one and one on the way. And I moved here from Illinois, originally from Mississippi, but I'm glad to be here. We've been here for 4 years now, and it's lovely. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. So
amazing. I didn't know you were from Illinois. I'm learning as I go as well. So, of course, baby smooth skin, no wrinkles on your face. But if you would get a wrinkle somewhere, how do you think you would feel about that?
Ooh, I would feel old, but I guess the question is, would I feel wise? Would I feel like I gained knowledge through all of my years and receiving this wrinkle?
Oh, I guess time will tell, huh?
Definitely.
And as life goes and we go through life every day, sometimes we run into some wrinkles in our lives that trip us up a little bit. So what wrinkle have you had to press through your years?
Ooh. Honestly, there are plenty. But I would say the biggest wrinkle that I have in life would be that I didn't graduate college. I have become successful, even though I haven't graduated college, as I feel. But I think graduating college would have made me more confident in myself and my abilities. So that would be my best answer.
And what happened at the time, if you don't mind me asking, that stopped you from completing that?
I got pregnant. Oh. But honestly, that didn't stop me. What stopped me was myself. I got in my own way. I was trying to be someone I wasn't. I wanted to be a doctor. And I had I'm going to be a doctor. I want to do this. But everybody in my family who you think is in your corner kept saying, oh, you don't want to be a doctor. Oh, don't worry. If you don't become a doctor, it's okay. And instead of being encouraged, that puts me down. So I didn't complete it. Also, I was a bit of a party girl in college, I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, that one I got in my own way, definitely. But as time went on, when we moved to Illinois, I did go back to an adult school for billing and coding. So I got my diploma in that, which I feel good about that. Yeah. But it's not the same.
You wanted that degree from, what school were you attending at the time?
I was at University of South Alabama in Alabama. Yeah. Not Alabama, Mississippi, but Alabama.
So what would you tell your younger self at that time when you found out? I mean, first of all, let's talk about young girls getting pregnant in college, because that's very common. And then you have those girls that are like, I'm gonna push through and still go through. However, a lot of girls that get pregnant in college, they stop. So, you are definitely not alone. I have friends that got pregnant in college. I have one friend in particular just got her degree. Our baby, we call him our band baby. She stopped after a while. She tried, but she had to stop to make sure he was taken care of. So, what would you tell yourself or any younger girl that is in this situation? What advice would you give them?
The same advice I give my own daughter: don't have a boyfriend. You need to focus
Yeah.
on yourself, focus on what you really want to do, figure out what you really want to do.
Hmm.
Because, like I said, when I went to college, I wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah.
When now I'm looking back in my life and I'm like, I really should have been trying to go be a secretary or an administrative assistant because that's what I love to do.
Yeah. You're very good at it.
So thank you. And so now, at my age, my beautiful age of 36, I have finally figured out what I want to do. So now I'm like, okay, I can go back and do that.
Yeah.
So I tell her, don't have a boyfriend. You can have friends. You can hang out with your friends,
Hmm.
you and other girls, not by yourself. If you go to parties, don't drink any drink that somebody brings you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I learned that from my mama. So
Yeah.
just be careful, be you, but
Hmm.
also be cautious.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially be you. I like that because I think at that age, because I went to college from a small town, and I remember I really had to find me when I went to college, and of course I wanted to party because everybody else was partying.
Right. You're out of the house finally. You can do what you want to do. So just watch
Be
out.
grown and keep going,
Yeah.
you know. So what would you tell yourself now that, how, looking back and you're like, oh, I wish I could have did that. But how do you feel about that now today?
I feel that route really made me the person who I really wanted to be. Because I always wanted to be a mom. So not finishing college, even though I got pregnant, helped me become the mom that I always wanted to be. So I could be there for my child and help nourish them.
Yeah.
But what I would say to my younger self is focus on you. And I would say this to my younger self in high school: don't have a boyfriend.
Hmm.
Focus on you. Focus on your studies, because I was a straight A student. So
Okay.
it's like, what happened,
Yeah.
And then don't listen to the people in your high school, even your teachers, who say straight A high school students become C and D college students. That is not true. They do not define what kind of a student you are going to be.
Hmm.
Okay? So believe in yourself, because you can do it. You can accomplish what you put your mind to.
So true. Thank you. That's great advice. Truly is. And the dynamic woman that you are today, you know, and you got a t-shirt made. What would that t-shirt say?
It would say work in progress,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always a work in progress. I like to learn new things, and I like to feel accomplished.
Yeah,
But just because you become accomplished doesn't mean stop learning.
I agree. One thing is, just because you have a college degree too, that's a big thing, is that you're always in learning school. I tell people all the time, I can learn from anybody. It doesn't matter that I have 4 degrees on my wall. Someone who has no degrees on that wall can teach me something, you know?
Exactly, exactly.
Do you think that takes being a humble person? Like, what kind of person you think can learn from anybody?
Yes, exactly. A humble person is a person who can learn. A person who wants to serve is a person who can learn. A lot of, I guess, A type people who think they know it all, it's hard to teach them. I have one, believe me. I love her. She is headstrong. She
Yeah.
is determined.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever want her to lose that. But
Mm-hmm.
I also have to share with her, you don't know everything. You may not know this right now. Let me guide you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
How old is she? Your daughter?
she's 11.
She's
Yes.
really ready.
Yeah, girl, she's been ready since she was 2. Okay.
I have one. He's younger now. He's 6, but already I see it coming. So I definitely understand.
Yes. Yes.
So you've been in Arizona, you said how long now?
4 years.
4 years. And now being in Arizona, is there anything you're working toward or working with community?
Yes, I actually have a position, a contracted position with the Arizona Department of Health Services, working with them to bring back the sickle cell program, get families involved, of course, and just give information.
Mm-hmm.
And so through the department, the Arizona Department of Health Services, I also work with, like you said, the Sickle Cell Foundation of Arizona. And so I think with those two groups combined, hopefully we can do a lot. It's going to take time. Of course, you got to get things rolling.
Yeah.
But I think we'll be able to accomplish a lot.
What are some goals that you feel that, I mean, what's some things that you think needs to happen in the community for sickle cell, and what, what can we do as a community to help the sickle cell community?
I believe we need more education, not just within the community, within every school. I learned that my daughter's teacher knew nothing about sickle cell.
Mm.
Even though I told her, hey, my daughter has sickle cell, she'll need to be hydrated. I went through all the rundown of what a child with sickle cell would need for school. And she
Mm-hmm.
said, oh, okay. Then they were doing a science class about blood types. And I said, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. And my daughter brought up to her teacher herself, which I was very proud of her for that she doesn't have the blood types that they were talking about. Can you include all the blood types? Because her blood type is not normal, you
Mm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And so her teacher was like, well, no, these are blood types. I said, no, she didn't have any normal blood. Yes, those are blood types, but her blood type is not that. And
Oh,
so it made me realize, that we need a lot of education
yes.
within these schools for our students because these teachers don't really understand. You can tell them, you can have a 504, you can have an IEP, they still don't understand.
That has to be hard sometime, and especially for you and your daughter to have to educate other people to make sure she's taken care of.
It is a little difficult, but we rise to that challenge because if we don't, who will?
Yeah.
Besides, if our sickle cell families don't rise, who's going to rise for us?
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. Well, I'm glad that, working with you and working, with the Sickle Cell Foundation of Arizona, that we're at least trying to take those steps to provide some more education. And so, is there anything else that you're working on as well with the Arizona?
Yes, actually, we are working on compiling the sickle cell training manual from California's sickle cell training to adapt it for Arizona.
Mm,
And figuring out who we need to reach out to. Of course, our communities, our doctors, of course, sometimes we have to educate our own doctors,
yeah.
our ERs, and etc. And so we're working on adapting that manual so we can start the trainings and get everybody on board.
Awesome. How can people reach you if they want to get more education or just even, want to donate or something? How can they reach out to you?
Well, the best way to reach me is my personal email, which is EADIESMITH at yahoo.com. So that's Smith at yahoo.com. But if you need to ask questions more along the professional standpoint, as far as with the Department of Health Services, that email is EADIE dot SMITH at AZDHS.gov. So that's edie.smith@azdhs.gov.
Perfect. Well, we definitely will send out that information. And we just thank you so much for coming and sharing. Is there anything else you would like to share?
I just want to say thank you for this wonderful opportunity. This is going to be a great foundation. And I'm really excited for you. So
I'm excited as well. I'm happy that you are willing to come, and I'm so happy that you're willing to share. And I can't wait to do more with you.
thank you. I can't wait.
Bye, Wrinkles family.